Hello and welcome back to the Two Grumpy Retro Gamers. We're on episode 23 of our little retro gaming show, and this week we're going to transport back to the 32-bit era and we're going to take a look at the Sega Saturn, chiefly Manx TT Superbikes. I'm motorbike driving full Honda, presumably.
Yeah, I'm just revving it up Michael Langer beer.
It's way better than mine this week. Way better than mine. Dang it. Okay, Michael, what have you got for us?
Well, firstly we've got this absolutely beautiful Saturn right here. Losing its colour a bit though.
It is getting a bit discoloured, it's spent a lot of time smoking.
Typical Sega consoles really.
Yeah.
Stick to black, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we've got our Japanese model Saturn here, and we're visiting a Japanese copy of Manx TT Superbikes.
That we are.
Which we've got here. Nice dual case. Prefer the dual cases of Two Grumpy Retro Gamers because they're lower maintenance. It's like how we like our women, really. We don't want them big and we don't want them high maintenance. So, let's talk more about the game.
Yeah, I've never actually played it on Saturn.
Right, okay.
I never played it on
You've
Saturn.
never played this game?
I've played the game.
Right, where have you played it?
Well, I played the arcade.
You've played the arcade
I played
version?
the arcade. Yeah. I remember I was quite young at the time. I think it was down like Painton or Lou. It was my dad. What you've got to do is it's a tilt machine. But you can't quite tilt, especially when you're quite small like I am.
Right.
Basically what you've got to do, you've got to kick off with your feet to tilt it.
Yeah.
I couldn't really reach.
Right.
So I had to like tilt to get my foot there and then kick off, so it was quite hard for me. My dad had to drag me. But it was a fun game.
Yeah?
I really enjoyed it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you got a sort of rough feeling about how the Saturn version's likely to hold up against the arcade version?
I'm getting mixed reviews on this one. I went for customer reviews. Got quite bad ones on this one, unfortunately.
Right.
Play it first time and they never really go back to it. Never replay it. It's a bit of a shame. Okay. But for the Saturn version, they upped the graphics on it. They made bike shadows.
Right. Okay.
Instead of like the horrible little spotty.
Right. Wasn't that the double over though, wasn't it? Because you had the arcade conversion first, you had the Saturn conversion, and the PC version. Wasn't it the PC version that actually evened out all this? Because if I remember correctly, I think the Saturn version has the meshing in the graphics.
I see it now, yeah. So it was the PC version that had the shadow.
The PC version had proper shadows, yes. And all that lot.
I can see the graphics have really got better as well. So
now we've got into the rolling demo.
Yeah, shame. Maybe a high res as well. I don't know.
But then you had a 2-year period between the arcade version of this coming out.
That's right.
I think the arcade version was 1995, and the Saturn version wasn't until 1997, which will give you the exact release date of that for a number of fans a little bit later on into the episode. Done under Sega Sports, which is quite old. Sega Sports branding, which came in to its own in the Saturn era. I'm not too sure the Sega Rally was put in Sega Sports as well. Pretty sure it was.
Yeah, I think same team actually.
It's surprising with this game because it was supposed to be the same team that did Sega Rally.
Yeah.
However, once they'd done porting Sega Rally to the Saturn, they presumed they were going to port this bad boy to the Saturn, but they didn't. And what actually happened is they worked on Daytona Championship Circuit Edition instead, and that was the one they ported to Saturn. So this was actually ported by a different team. And do you know who ported it?
No.
It was done by Tantalus Interactive, but also Psygnosis. Which, if you're into folklore about 32-bit gaming, Psygnosis were swallowed up by Sony Computer Entertainment after their sterling work with Wipeout.
Alright.
But Psygnosis beforehand used to work on loads of Mega CD, Sega CD titles. Did a few Saturn titles as well. They did Wipeout 2097. They ported those over to the Saturn. I believe also they ported Destruction Derby, the original one. Second one never made it Saturn. I should think probably because at this time Sony were looking to support and make a deal for them. Yeah. So there you go. It's a little bit of interesting trivia at least for you. But are we gonna pick up and play it? You're gonna
should we see me play it for the first time?
I'd like to see you play on Saturn.
I'm up for that.
And we're using just the normal Saturn controller. It's probably worth adding into this that you can actually use the three-dimensional controller for Saturn, for the analog stick control, which has the edge, certainly.
Yeah. Would you say it's better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's better than using a digital pad.
Yeah.
But any failings in your playthrough, we will blame on the the 2-dimensional controller.
Right. Yeah. Do apologise as you view ideal. Right. Accelerate. That's what I need.
It's pretty simple controls.
Sweet. Right.
Now, as is the case with every Saturn, arcade Saturn conversion, you have sort of an arcade version, Saturn version. The voice over on this reminds me very much of Sega Bass Fishing and 18-wheeler. Please select the lure.
Yeah.
Please select the bolt.
Okay. I think it's quite good to mention where this is located as well, where they filmed the whole thing.
Isle of Man.
Oh man,
Isle of Man, yeah. It's the reason for this is Tetsuya Mizuguchi. He visited the Isle of Man and loved its beautiful blue skies and the island itself. So wanted to create a game based on this, and this is why you have these beautiful, which are coined Sega blue skies. You start really slow on this game, really slow, and you're far behind the pack. But you soon find yourself mingling with the front of the pack before too long. Probably before the first lap took it out, to be honest.
Is it literally just this lap? It's 2, isn't it?
3 laps.
3
laps, 2 courses. Now the controls have a snapback on them, so
yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, basically if you tap the D-pad, then your bike will move and shimmy. However, if you press it for too long, what it will do is it will throw you into a corner.
Yeah. Especially people in my way.
Yeah. Now, didn't we knock someone off their bike in the practice
we used to, yeah. It's really knocked them off.
Yeah.
I will try to do that.
Yeah, pretty sure that we have caused a casualty or 2 on this. I mean, it's a dangerous real sport anyway, so it's going to be expected. So Michael's managed to push himself to 3rd place with only playing this game once. And there's one thing that was very true for Saturn software while it was on the market, was it was very accessible games. You could pick them up, you could play them. Now, it didn't work in Saturn's favour originally because people wanted these in-depth experiences with FMV and story and voice acting, whereas Sega were just still porting over their games from mid-90s.
Go back to 4th now.
I remember thinking this was quite an impressive looking game though.
Yeah.
It's not too great by today's standards because the draw distance is always a problem with Saturn software. But it's no worse than PS1 software from 1997.
I find if you do hit something that you pretty much lose your place.
Yes. Yeah, it's not very forgiving in that respect, is it?
No.
But I find that the timer is alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really punishing you like Sega Rally does.
Yeah.
Sega Rally will always get the time.
Yeah.
Managed to take yourself to 2nd, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far.
Very impressive.
Oh, not cosmic, yeah.
I quite love the music.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Very 90s sort of game music, isn't it?
Almost something you'd expect on the Mega CD.
Yeah.
Cartridge version of a game that has like this.
The intro video at the beginning reminded me of Mega CD.
Yeah, very much. Like maybe introducing a new bike for the summer of 1997. So 20 years old this game.
20, wow.
20, yeah.
Yeah, of course, 1997.
Yeah. I mean, the original arcade version is actually 22 because it came out in 1995. But yeah, home conversion 1997. And actually had a PC version that followed North America and Japan later in 1997 in November and December respectively. Now we didn't actually get this in the European Union until quite late on in 1997, and the Saturn was pretty much packing his bags up by that point.
So when you get used to the map, you can pretty much slip. What are they doing?
Well, it's pretty much driving towards the far corner, isn't it?
Yeah. See, they just knocked me out of the way.
Yeah, got a drop on you, didn't they? Oh, I still got the podium, boy. Still got the podium, impressive.
Where those people come from?
Not sure where the cardboard cutouts came from. I don't know whether this reminds you very much of like a 3D Road Rash. You getting that vibe from it?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like closed circuit Road Rash.
Mm.
I think perhaps maybe what would have happened if they had a punch button into it. Especially if those two that crept up on you the last final furlong.
Yeah, so it's been some chains that hit me on the old helmet.
On the bombs.
The one on the
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right. I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember enjoying the arcades. But yeah, that's quite good.
Is it a game you would have paid, well, what would it have been, 35, 40 quid back in the day?
Probably not.
Would you find yourself returning to Electronics Boutique?
It all depends on what I've already got. If
Yeah.
I've already got the games I want, I think, yeah, you know what, I need a racing game, I probably would.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you go yourself here? Yeah. See if he does better than me. Third place.
That's quite an enjoyable game, I think. So, goes to the Laxey Coast.
So it's the other side now, is it?
I'm playing the Saturn mode rather than the arcade mode.
Oh, right, okay.
So I don't really know what I'm up for.
Oh, God. So yeah, they just zoom ahead, so I don't know what they're doing there.
It's a game that's also compatible with the Saturn steering wheel as well. That's why you got the first person view.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. How are you feeling about the draw distance? Because I know you really hate.
I do, but you know what?
Yeah.
Late 90s, this isn't too bad.
It's kind of alright, isn't it? You
Yeah.
can let this go. Yeah, I mean the Saturn was never really a heavy 3D processor anyway,
Yeah.
so to do this is actually not in its nature, but it's trying its hardest.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's keeping up. You're not driving right into a blue screen.
No, and I must admit, it's not really slowing down that much either.
No, no.
Which I never really found Saturn stuff to drop that much. Oh, I'm quite impressed with this. I'm quite enjoying it.
Yeah. Not gonna. Probably going to do better than me then, but.
Well. The Saturn was quite good at 3D races. I had a few of them. We mentioned Daytona,
Yeah, that
Sega
was a
GT.
great game, Daytona. That's worth having in the Sega collection.
Yeah, later on you had Sega Touring Cars as well. Yeah. Road Rash actually incidentally came out on the Saturn as well, and also you had Hang On 95. So biking you were pretty much catered for with 3 motorbiking games. I mean Hang On 95 you could probably do with skipping, but yeah, this and Road Rash were definitely worth having. Well, I think he just went into the sea. I'm not 100% sure.
He's gone now.
Yeah, he's dead. He's succumbed to the
I
sea.
expect the position go down to 7 then.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the sort of the detailing from the trees, like shadowing the track.
Yeah.
As artificial as it is, it's a good touch.
Shadowing is not actually bad.
They represent a tough challenge, don't they? These are the bikers. I mean, they're not going to lay down and take it, but what would I say?
Well, looks like he's doing better than me.
Well,
Unfortunately.
unfortunately.
I mean, well done, mate, well done.
It smells like team spirit in here.
Right, first position, last lap.
Okay.
Better.
So yeah, as we mentioned there, the Sega internal development team were too busy working on Daytona Championship Circuit Edition. Now, bear in mind that is different to the original Daytona game, which I don't know how everyone's passing it now. Maybe if I stop talking. The original Daytona game, which is actually lambasted on the Saturn.
I think the main purpose for this game is because the arcade did so well, people enjoyed it. And I thought, yeah, you know what, they can take it home. Take it home with them.
Well, that was always Sega's business model. The arcade version would come first, drum up the business that way, almost like free advertising really, and then people were like, yeah, I want to play that at home.
Yeah. Smart way.
That's what Smart Money was on.
Yeah.
Definitely during the 16-bit era.
Well, yeah, obviously not anymore.
No.
Shame.
No, I mean, that sort of dried up with the Dreamcast, didn't it?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But some say that it was the Saturn's fault that did that.
Yeah, or maybe even Sega putting too much weight in the Mega CD and 32X.
Yeah.
Not really knowing what consumers wanted at the time.
That's it.
Okay.
22nd is the end.
So, yeah, time was a little tight on that run, I think. Basically, where you said about the cabinets, yes, they initially sold really, really well.
Yeah.
But any unsold cabinets in 1997 were repurposed to a game called Motor Raid.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool, isn't it? Reconverting. It's a technique that's often done, but yeah, they repurposed the arcade cabinets. So yeah, and as you said there, they use physical bike, very much like Hang On.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, it's quite a clunky metal bike they do. I don't think it was that long, but yeah, you literally had to kick in order to do the tilting.
Yeah. This is actually the TT course. And this one's allegedly a lot harder. Did you know you can actually put this CD into your CD player and you can listen to the soundtrack?
Yeah. A lot of Sega games.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, I think.
Yeah. I used to use my Saturn to listen to music. It was kind of like spaceship controls with the going through space.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, wasn't
it?
Oh, this course is a lot harder. A lot harder.
Yeah.
But graphically a lot nicer.
Yeah, I quite like it. I'm liking the stone wall. Trees are nice and green, you can't argue with that.
A few clipping issues, but nothing that you wouldn't expect from the Saturn. I mean, you wouldn't stick this game into your Saturn and be, oh god, it's hideous. Well, in actual fact, it's like we expect when you buy Saturn games. Oh my, that's...
They recovered.
I'm not sure whether I drove through that building, to be honest. Not sure what's advertising on the corners here. It's surprising this game came out in Japan, to be honest. I think the reasons for it was that there are set groups of Japanese bikers that this game was meant to appeal to back then. Which is fair enough, I suppose. You know your market and you want to do that. Right, well, I mean, good.
They did quite well as well.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, you're right, the PC version updated everything pretty much. You used new voices, used the 3D effects card back then. You had updated shadow effects. Graphically, it was just superior.
I thought they did that to this game from the arcade.
Well, I would have expected at least some improvement from the arcade version, but the Saturn was quite underpowered versus the arcade hardware, whereas the Dreamcast was the other way around. The Dreamcast was as powerful as arcade hardware at the time, so you could have perfect ports. Saturn was a bit different. It took a little bit of shoehorning to get it onto the 32-bit hardware.
But school of prices, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. It's pretty easy to find actually, plenty good about. But you can find them at an average about £6 to £10. Obviously I found some for more, not really worth it. I found good condition ones for like £7, so
okay.
£6 to £10 I reckon. Of course you could probably find these in your local stores. What's ours?
Well, we've got the Tech Outlet on Royal Parade in Plymouth. We've got Nerds in town, which dedicated retro stores. We've got the Want Shops as well.
Those were Want Shops, yeah. I guarantee you'll probably find this game in any of them.
I should imagine it was a common game.
Yeah,
although it came out very late in the life cycle for Saturn, it seemed to sell quite well, which is good.
Yeah,
very good. So quite common. We're sporting a Japanese copy, as we said here. No particular reason, it's not a better or worse version of the game. This was a lot cheaper. This copy actually cost me, I think, pretty some about £2.
Oh, nice.
So I got this from Nerds in the town. I'm quite thankful for them having, some import Saturn games, because I will buy Japanese Saturn games, and they're the ones that I do buy. So rather than going for PAL copies with the really fragile cases, take loads to store them as well. And I find actually the PAL Saturn games starting to suffer a lot with disc rot. So the Japanese versions don't suffer with that, which is good. So this copy's even got the spine card. Welcome to the next speed level. It's not a Need for Speed game, is it?
No. It was quite fast though, so I'm quite impressed with the speed on this.
Yeah, it's impressive all round, I think, and even the cover work's quite exciting, which shares the same as the PAL version, which is quite rare for a Japanese version to have the PAL artwork is the same across the board, and I think the NTSC American one is the same as well.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so should we do a little review on this?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
So, I haven't got my pen. Lost it earlier on in the episode.
Oh, sorry, I'll just write that.
Okay.
That's alright. Right, so strict graphics.
Graphics, I'm going to give this 7.
Yeah, I think
Saturn terms, yeah.
7, yeah. Average. Gameplay?
Gameplay, it's a 7 again. Like, it's a solid, interesting, good title.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
7. Sound?
I quite like that little ditty at the in the first level, so I'm going to give it a 7 again.
Yeah, let's do 7. Got a feeling where this is going. But how do you find the controls on this?
I'm going to give them a 6.
Mm.
Just 'cause it takes a little bit getting used to on that snapback on the.
Yeah, that's been. I was going to give it a 5, but you did say how the analog is better.
Yes.
So if that's the case, I'll go for 6 as well.
Okay.
So average 7. Pretty good, really.
Yeah, I think that really is, for a game that isn't fondly remembered in.
Not a lot of racing games are.
No, in the eyes of retro gamers, I don't think
It's usually the biggest franchise ones that's 1, 2, and 3 of them. Yeah, they get remembered more. But no, I enjoyed that. I'll play it again.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, isn't it? If you had this in your collection, you were playing Saturn games, maybe in 3 months' time you come back to it and play the 2 levels it has to offer, and it's short enough to not get irritated by it. So you can sit there and play it for a bit, quick blast, and then you can move on to something else, maybe Panzer Dragoon or something.
Great.
Offer you more of an experience to cover that at some point.
Saturn games, so I wouldn't mind doing a bit of Alien Trilogy.
Alien Trilogy, you've mentioned Alien Trilogy a couple of times to me
now,
and I feel there's only a certain amount of time before we're going to have to do it.
Yeah. I'll say if we come back to the Saturn again, it's got to be that game.
Okay.
I love that game. It's so fantastic. Scary.
It is.
Yeah.
God, it is. To this day, it is.
Yeah.
That's actually one game where we were talking about the fading in the graphics where it's coming at you. It works really well for Alien Trilogy because it's all darkness.
Yes.
And it's loading in, and before you know it, one of the warrior aliens is coming towards you. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, because all you get on your little, was it the heartbeat sensor or something?
Yes.
Movement sensor.
Yeah. Like the sonar.
It's just little blobs, so you're not sure what it is. Yeah. If Saturn's a face, I'm going, thank God, shoot that. Oh no, it's an alien. Yeah.
He's got it down, certainly. So that's basically covered our, third Saturn episode, second episode? Third? So I think it's the third Saturn episode we've done, which you can catch any earlier episodes we've done on Sega Hardware on our channel, which is Not Being Funny Productions. It would be great if you guys could subscribe to us, put a little cheeky like and some of that stuff. Put a comment as well. Tell us how you feel about it. Do you like our episodes? Do you not like them? Is there something you'd like to see changed? Drop us a message and let us know.
Yeah,
we're always interested to hear what you guys
say. Oh yeah, definitely. We're always willing to do some improvements, of course. Some shout-outs?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. As always, some of our favourite people like James Chalmers, Christian Peace.
Christian Peace, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've got people like Mikey Hay as well. Great guy, really enjoy Mikey. Always makes me laugh whenever I see him. So just thinking about the things he says to me, it's just really funny.
He's got Spike as well.
Yeah.
Man. Always watch his videos. His videos are brilliant.
Yeah. Good lad. You've got plenty of places you can buy retro games from. Plenty of places you can watch retro games being played. For example, you've got Dusty Joypad. You've got Last Moment Victory. You've got a few of the other ones that Game Geek World.
Yeah.
Who stick with us as well, which is good. And etc. etc. Now you can buy Saturn software from various places online, as I said there. Now I would say consolegoods.co.uk is a good place to look. I wouldn't recommend places like PlayAsia because they charge over the odds for Saturn software, especially Japanese stuff.
Yeah, all Japanese. Even if you think it's cheap, you
Yeah.
pay more just for the shipping.
Yeah. So maybe it's worth checking places like Console Passion.
Yeah.
You know, they're worth it. And also track your collection through Retro Collect as well. You're not sure what you've got? Log it on there. You know, little check boxes, tells you the rarity of the game. This game is particularly common, so very easy to find. It's not an uncommon game. As we move forward, we'll probably try and add the rarity rating of games in as well.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
I'm doing that. Yeah.
So yeah, you can at least get a judge of how scarce the game can be.
Yeah. Like I said, this is easy to find. Reasonable price, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, common and cheap.
Yeah.
So that's good. It's common and cheap. You get some games that are uncommon and cheap. You have some. Huh? Well, that concludes that then, doesn't it? Really? Right. Okay. So I think that really wraps up the episode for us.
Yeah.
It's 7 out of 10 for both us retro gaming boys, and you know, next week I don't really know what hardware we're going to be going on to. I'd really like maybe to introduce something a little new into the mix.
What, a console we haven't gone to yet?
Maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah, you have to stay tuned. If not next week, we'll certainly be doing it the week after.
If not, then the week after.
Yeah. So stick with us, keep watching all the episodes, and maybe you will get a shout out. Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay. So stay with us, make yourself known, and then maybe you'll get a shout out, like Bob Phillips does. There you go. There's one. Right. Okay. So we're going to see you next game, whichever way we look at it.
Yeah.
So I've been Forced London for this episode, this series, all 23 of them.
And as always, I've been Michael Langevia. Thanks for joining us this week. We'll see you next week.